All right, what is up? What is good, ladies and gentlemen? We are here today for the the finale of Dragon Ball Daima, and I do apologize for my voice being a little off today. I am recovering from a cold. I still got a little bit of congestion. We'll get through it, though. We'll get through it. But we're here today for Dragon Ball Daima, episode 20, the grand finale. Of Dragon Ball Daima, and presumably, we'll get into that. And I gotta say, folks, I watched this Friday night. I rewatched it again this morning. And even after 2 viewings of this, I gotta say, man, I came out of it very, 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 very conflicted.
Yeah, I'm sort of conflicted as well. Like I hear from a lot of content creators, saying like, this ending was fantastic, it was great. I was like, yeah, okay, but there are certain things that I was really expecting to come out of this that just didn't happen, and kind of let me felt like I really don't want to say disappointed, but yeah, like it kind of affected my experience of this finale.
I agree. So let's get the good out of the way before we jump into the controversial. The good part of this was the first half of the episode.
The animation is fantastic.
Yeah, it's movie quality animation. The fight between Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Supreme Demon King Goma, the final battle, was absolute peak cinema. I mean, this was gorgeous to look at.
Yep.
The colors,
like Broly levels.
Yeah, exactly. The colors, the animation, and that Kamehameha, bro.
Oh my god! Like the imagery that you're using. Like the minute I saw it, I was like, I know exactly where that's taken from.
Yeah, it's that one artwork, bro. Of that one classic artwork.
Yeah, one of the classic artworks.
Yeah, and I
don't remember if it's from the manga or if it was a manga cover.
I think I don't know if it was even a manga cover. I know it's official Toriyama artwork. It may just be some artwork that he did.
Yeah.
But that Kamehameha.
Oh my god. Okay, you cannot tell me that is not a 10 times Kamehameha.
I mean, bro, that thing, it's Toriyama. I think it's Toriyama's version of it.
Yeah.
Sure.
It did something that we never seen the Kamehameha do. Like, actually go through somebody.
Bro, it kind of reminded me a little bit of like the Super 17 thing. Except it wasn't the Dragon Fist, but
yeah,
it kind of had that, and I guess King Piccolo too. Like it turned Goma into a donut.
Yeah, and I did like the pose that Goma got into. When he got pierced, like it's very reminiscent of when Raditz got pierced by the by the special beam cannon. It's also a really good reference to Demon King Piccolo, when Goku just smashed through him.
Yeah, man, it was like
And it did more than that. It pierced the heavens.
One of the things that I had a problem with Super is that I felt like compared to Z, the violence was toned down.
Yeah, it was almost like they were trying to capture like a more general audience, which I think is fine. Because you gotta get the youngins, into Dragon Ball.
Yeah, well, I know why they did it. It's because of the time slot that they had Super in.
Yeah.
Which back when Super was on air, the time slot was like, I want to say 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning on Sundays.
Yeah, sort of equivalent to like our Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah, they have like a Sunday morning cartoon block, and I know like Dragon Ball Super was on there, Digimon Adventure Try was on there,
Pokemon,
Pokemon, and One Piece also comes on that block, and between like modern day and then like back in the 80s and the 90s when Dragon Ball was running, in a very similar time slot, probably not the exact same time slot, but a time slot aimed towards that same demographic, there have been certain laws and stuff that they've put in the past in Japan, guidelines that they have to follow now, to where the violence has to be toned down.
Yeah.
See, Japan is an interesting country. It is, because like when it comes to certain violent aspects, they've toned it down. But then, like when it comes to like fan service or like if you have a character smoking or something, like they don't really care that much about that.
Yeah, when was the last time you ever saw an anime character, smoke?
Oh, Sanji.
Well, yeah, Sanji. But like in any other anime or manga, like there's not a lot of characters, whose whose main character is that he or she smokes.
Yeah, like if you're talking about modern, yeah. Because they've done some censoring and stuff. There's been new laws that have passed and everything.
Yeah.
I in the anime, I don't think we ever see this, but I know in the manga, Yusuke, he smoked as well.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think in the very I think like in the very first episode, you kind of see him, pull out like a, like a pack of smokes. And he's like trying to get one out, and his girlfriend, like hits him, for trying to smoke.
Well, you remember the Genkai tournament? There was that one fighter that like the room was completely dark and everything, and Yusuke couldn't see. That I forgot who the fighter was. Whatever opponent he had, he couldn't see him in the dark, and so Genkai lit a cigarette, and Yusuke stole it from her, and then he was able to attach to that guy somehow, and like the light from the cigarette allowed him to see the fighter. Now in the manga, in the manga, it wasn't that he stole one from Genkai. That was his own cigarette.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he probably had it in his pocket or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But no, there's just been different censoring and stuff since then.
I mean, if you really think about it, Arenzu kind of smokes.
Well, yeah, that's true, but it's not.
Yeah, but her broom is kind of shaped like a bong.
Yeah, it's more fantastical. It's more. Yeah, I guess it's like, well, it looks more fantasy-ish, so we can get
I think it was mostly meant to be like a reference to like Alice in Wonderland, the giant caterpillar.
Probably.
Who's high all the time.
Probably. Yeah, that would make sense, given Toriyama loves to, especially since this was a magic-based arc, I could see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Goma being turned to a donut, bro. Like, I was like, this is like old school Dragon Ball Z, violence. I'm like, this is good stuff. And then I realized the reason why they were able to do that, and it's because you have to remember, Dragon Ball Daima is in a different time slot than Dragon Ball Super.
And they pretty much how they were able to get away with it was they pretty much did like the the old school Star Wars lightsaber singeing.
Yeah, it's in a different time slot, and also is originally meant to be a web series instead of a full-blown TV series. So, there was less restrictions placed on Daima
Yeah.
As compared to Super. But I was very happy about it because I love the old school DBZ violence.
Yeah.
The blood, the serious injuries. It just raised the stakes so much more.
Yeah, like Dragon, yeah, like classic Dragon Ball, like it was never like invincible violence. Like at most, they would have like lip bleeds and nose bleeds, and maybe some bleeding from their wounds, but like it was like nothing like extreme.
Gohan's arm got fucked up in that fight with Cell.
Oh yeah, but I don't think it was like gory or anything.
I mean, compared to like stuff that's meant for an older audience, but that arm still got fucked up,
Yeah.
bro.
I think the most violent that Dragon Ball has ever gotten, it's like whenever Piccolo, got his arm chopped off, or no, when Tien, got his hand chopped off by Nappa.
Frieza got cut the fuck in half, bro.
Oh yeah, and his tail.
And then later on, Trunks literally cut him into pieces.
Yeah,
That shit's wild, dog.
Yeah,
I want to see more stuff like that going forward, and we got some good shit from the Goma. The Goma fight is just it's peak, bro.
Oh yeah,
I
absolutely loved when I noticed that the Kamehameha was like it was like going through all the layers of the demon realm. I was like, go, keep going, keep going.
I need to do some research into this. I need to see how big these different demon worlds are.
I think there's an episode where they kind of showed a map of like the demon realms.
But like, is each one like planetary size or?
No, like I think like the like the first demon realm, it is pretty much kind of like the core of the demon realm, and there's like a layer on top of that to be to make room for their atmosphere, and there's another layer on top of that.
So are you saying it's like the core of the earth, the mantle of the earth, and then the crust of the earth?
Yeah. Let me see if I could find.
Maybe. Yeah, I know the map, but like I'm just wondering, like if each one, like how big are they in scale? Like, is each one supposed to be its own? Like, how can I put it? Is each one like its own? Like in terms of like land mass, in terms of like scale, like in terms of like actual matter that makes these things up, like would each one be equivalent to a planet? Would each one be, and like if they are, like what kind of planet are we talking about? Are we talking about like a mid-sized planet, like what the Earth is? Are we talking about a smaller planet, like a dwarf planet?
I don't think they ever explain that, and I honestly don't. And I honestly don't care. Like
I care immensely
how big the demon realm is.
Because here, well, let me tell you why it's important. What if they're universal in size? Because you got to think, if the demon realm is universal in size, and it may very well be, considering that it was like the primordial world before the other universes was created, given what we found out about Rimus. You really got to think, like, if Goku's Kamehameha went through all three of those demon worlds, and this place is the size of a universe, that means even before Super, Goku was on some crazy ass like universal shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's nuts. Hold up, I'll pull out the map here in a second. Yeah. Hey, One Gun, what's up? Listen, bro, like, we all need to sit down, have a talk, and work things out, brother. We really do.
I'm already sharing. Sharing. Yeah. So like this is it's directly from Daima. Where warp is kind of like the immigration gate.
Yeah. But see, when I'm like, I know it's showing like the different layers, but this isn't showing like the full scope.
Right.
So because I need to be able to power scale this, man. All right, because the fact, like, if this thing is universal, or hell, let's just say like all three, like each of the demon worlds is like universal or something.
Mm-hmm.
That Kamehameha is fucking ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
I mean that is some ridiculous ass shit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I mean, listen, when he goes Super Saiyan God and Super, like he goes up quite a few tiers from where he was in the Boo Saga, by a lot. Because like people have to keep in mind, like Boo Saga level characters, except for like the top ends like Vegito and Buhan, but most Boo Saga level characters are like Galaxy level.
Mm-hmm.
And then here we are in Super, and you have Beerus and Super Saiyan God Goku. Excuse me, where the echoes or whatever the hell it is, like the energy wave, just coming off of them punching each other, is rippling throughout the universe, destroying planets. And Old Kai says, if they do this 3 times, not only the universe, but Otherworld. And remember, Otherworld is the size of multiple universes.
Yeah.
Because heaven itself, heaven's like a giant planet in Otherworld, and it's said to be the size of the universe by itself.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got like all the Kai stuff, you got hell and everything on top of that. And then you have the Supreme Kai realm, which is outside of the universe and orbits it like a moon, according to Toriyama's map. Like, just 3 punches from Goku and Beerus, just the aftermath of those punches, threatened to destroy all that shit.
Yeah.
That's like, we went from galaxy level to multi-universe level. Like, that's an insane jump between Z and Super. And now here we are in Daima. And if this dude, depending on how big these demon worlds are, I mean, there's a bridge gap that we have now between galaxy level and multi-universal level. That's what I'm saying. So it's kind of fucking bonkers. It's just a few months of training after the Boo Saga, like a year of training after the Boo Saga.
Yeah.
And he goes from galaxy level to possibly universal. Not multi-universal, like in Super, at the beginning of Super, but universal. Yeah. That's still an insane jump for a year.
And I can't remember where I heard this. But I think I heard that, like, in the lore, that like the demon realm was pretty much the template for all the other universes.
Yes. Yeah. Because essentially, from what I gather from what we were told about Rymus and how the universes are created and everything, essentially the demon realm is basically universe 0.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. Like, it's universe 0, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if it's the size of a universe and his Kamehameha is going through, like, is able to extend that far out, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's like Goku firing. That's like Goku being on Earth and firing a Kamehameha clear to the other side of the universe.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. For this point in the series, that's fucking crazy.
Yep.
That means a Super Saiyan 4 compared to Super Saiyan 3 is a huge jump up.
Oh, yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Because Goku went from Super Saiyan 3 being able to feel his power level from the Supreme Kai realm, which is an impressive feat, to now being able to shoot a fucking Kamehameha to the fucking Kai realm.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts.
Yep. and his Kamehameha like also helped the demon realm. Oh my god, I think the first. Because Goku's Kamehameha like pierced through the entire demon realm. like it pretty much vacuumed up the gas from the third demon realm. And thus everyone was able to to fly through.
Yeah. As bro, listen, as far as this Kamehameha goes, like when I think of all the Kamehamehas we've had in the series,
yeah,
the only one I think, I mean, just in terms of like it's, well, I was gonna say the one between Gohan and Cell, just because that beam clash is fucking epic. But
yeah,
honestly, this might be the best Kamehameha we've seen in the series.
oh yeah,
because this shit was absolutely ridiculous.
mm-hmm.
And if it was any other enemy, I mean, if this dude did not have that third eye to regenerate himself,
yeah,
Goma would be dead.
oh yeah.
I mean Goma would have died, bro. In fact, hold on, let me see if I can find an image of Donut Goma real quick.
Oh my god. Oh, but imagine if Gohan, imagine if Goku just aimed a little higher.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. 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 There it is. There it is. Here it is. Donut Goma. Yeah. Donut Goma.
Yep.
Glaze that bitch. That's what I'm talking about right there. Put some chocolate icing on that motherfucker.
Have a hole in my esophagus. Wait, then how are you breathing?
Bro, that's some shit right there. So the way that the battle ends, which bro, can we just hold up? Can we just we need to
oh look, like your I was gonna say like your your thumbnail, was in the Google search.
Bro, look at this shit. This man right here, he failed.
He had one job.
Utterly and miserably, he failed.
He was close.
He got two. Close doesn't cut it. He got two in, and then Goma backhand this motherfucker. I mean, Piccolo.
And don't worry, like he'll he got his own movie, so
I mean he did, but like there was a lot of Piccolo involvement in this series as far as like the lore and everything, the Namekians, him learning about the Namekians, like good shit, but when it came crunch time in battle, he just couldn't do it, bro. Like that's some shit right there. Like he got dunked on. Like, and you got to think too, because Piccolo is one of Toriyama's favorite characters.
Yeah.
And Toriyama just took a dump on this man before he went to the grave. I mean, that's some shit right there, man. That's when your own creator, when you go from being the favorite to getting dumped on. I mean, that right there is some shit. But
let's talk about the real hero.
Yeah, let's talk about the real hero of the story. Man, get that monkey ass Super Saiyan 4 Goku out of here, bro. It's Majin Buu.
Yeah, because like, oh wait, no, yes, like he basically just took the book and just hit him 3 times with it. You can say he threw the book at him.
Yeah, my man right here, bro. My man shows up, and he like. He didn't need no special attack. He didn't even need his fist. He just smacks this dude 3 times with a book. Out comes the guy.
Yep.
My man Majin Buu getting shitted on throughout the entire series since his introduction. Yeah. And he's the real MVP, bro.
Yeah.
Like he did what Piccolo couldn't. All right. Listen. Piccolo's green. And I don't want to make this about race, boys. Piccolo's green. Majin Buu is green. I'm just saying, maybe we need to switch out our green guys. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this guy needs to be a Z fighter. But I will say, man, Majin Ku, like I was fine with how the fight ended because I was like, yeah, that's a classic Toriyama move right there.
Yeah.
And the fact that Majin Ku, probably the most comedic character, and I'm going to say honestly,
The
probably the
bestest of
most,
boys.
yeah, the most lovable character in this series in Daima, and he ends up becoming the Supreme Demon King,
Yep. And
which
it was all because Never said, oh no, how one becomes the Supreme Demon King is by defeating the old one.
yeah. Yeah. Well, with Goma, he became the Supreme Demon King because he was Deborah's vice king.
Yeah.
But
But wait a minute. But wait a minute. There's a technicality. Since Majin Buu, the Fat Buu, technically defeated Deborah, Majin Buu should have been the Supreme Demon King.
oh shit. Let's just
So
not tell him.
So Ku, you better go to Earth and fight Majin Buu for your title.
Let's not tell Boo about that. 'Cause let's be honest, bro. I love Boo, but Boo can't run
Free candy for everyone.
Yeah, Boo ain't Boo's not a politician.
No. My first decree, I turn you all the candy.
Boo, advocate the throne and give it to Mr. Satan. Hail Satan.
That would be so funny.
I mean,
Boo, I don't think that's a good idea.
It is the demon realm. His name is Satan. I'm just saying it would work. It would fit.
Yeah.
The fact that so go ahead and clearing the air on things because I've been talking about in previous streams about like stuff that I knew before Daima came out. So, the things that I did know were Majin. I didn't know the name of them, but I had seen the designs for Ku and Du.
Right.
And I knew that the Demon Realm Dragon was going to be a red Purunga. I hadn't seen the design of him, but I knew it was going to be a red Purunga.
Right.
I did not know Super Saiyan 4 was going to happen. Had no idea that was coming.
They really kept that under wraps.
Yeah, I was hoping it was going to happen, but had no idea that Super Saiyan 4 was coming down the pipeline for sure.
Yeah.
But no, it was Ku and Du's designs, the red Purunga, and well, the thing is about Ku's design is that what the image that I saw of his design was he had a cape.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The King Deborah cape.
Yeah. And so I thought when he appeared in the series, I was like, okay, so they just changed the design. Like that was probably just like a concept art that I saw. But now it makes a lot more sense. Like, no, that wasn't a concept art. That was finalized artwork because he gets the cape in this episode.
Yeah.
So that was a surprise. And apparently having a cape is the same thing as having a crown in the demon world.
Yeah, and like I love like he just goes, "Oh, bro, you're a minister, you're a minister, and then here comes Hypes. I want to be minister. No, fuck you.
Which I mean, man, like, and he made a Renzu like the vice demon king, or well, I guess demon queen technically, but I'm not gonna lie, bro. When that scene happened, and I saw him like reaching his hand out to her and stuff, I was like, oh, here comes the ships. Yep.
Dude, that's his mom.
I mean, would it be any weirder than some of the other stuff the internet has pulled out of their ass? I mean, she's not technically his mom. She didn't birth him. He's not a Glenn.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, like, one of the final ingredients was her saliva.
Oh shit, that's right. Her DNA is in this motherfucker. That's right. Oh shit. Yeah.
And And when I first saw Ku say like, together we'll make a scary yet a good demon realm, and I was like, so you basically want to make Halloween Town?
Yeah, pretty much.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
Don't get me started on my Kingdom Hearts shit. But yeah, he's basically Jack Skellington.
Yeah.
I liked how that ended though. I liked him
Yeah.
becoming the new Demon King. I thought it was going to be Pansy's father.
Yeah, I honestly thought too. But instead he became a minister. So
Yeah,
still a big promotion.
yeah, I like this better though.
Yeah,
I really do like this better because Ku deserves this, man. Like he's been like the real one like throughout this entire
yeah.
series. So
He
no, man,
that math problem, when nobody else could.
yeah, man, I think the Demon Realm's going to do really well against or with Ku running the show, man. And I gotta say too, when everybody was leaving, did you see Supreme Kai's face when Ku said, "Come back to the Demon Realm and save us again sometime"? And
I did not see Supreme Kai's face.
yeah, his eyes are just wide open, and he's got this.
Oh no!
Yeah, he's got this look like,
Don't you jinx
absolutely
it?
not. Yeah, like absolutely not. Hell no.
Yeah, but I think that's I think that's a potential. Like. I think they wrote that in just as sort of like a hey, maybe we'll make a season 2 or a sequel. Because I really do want to see either a season 2 or a sequel to Daima, because there's something about Super Saiyan 4 that needs to be addressed.
Well, I guess we'll go ahead and jump into some of the plot points that
I did not like the way Goku explained Super Saiyan 4. I did not like the way he explained it.
it doesn't. I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't make sense.
Oh! I knew Super Saiyan 4 existed, but I just didn't know it would work. I'm like, couldn't you have written that differently? Like, it's like, okay. So
I mean, it really
just automatically knows like they're like all the different Super Saiyan levels that are out there.
well. I see like that. That's the part that doesn't bother me. Like him knowing like that Super Saiyan like something. There's something beyond Super Saiyan 3. That I'm fine with because that's what happened in the Android saga.
Yeah.
Like when Goku woke up, like him and Vegeta both, they just knew that there was a level beyond Super Saiyan. They could feel it. So that doesn't really bother me because I can understand like once a Saiyan gets used to a certain form enough, like them being able to like sense like there's something more here, there's something deeper, we can take this further. Like they're a warrior race, so them being able to like feel like there's something else there, that I can understand because that's basically just an instinct that they have. That to me, that's fine. Like him having this feeling that there was something beyond Super Saiyan 3, that I'm fine with. But him saying like he did like special training and stuff after the Boo saga to try and get to it, I mean, that was wonky.
Yeah, because like it kind of implies that he knows how, like he knew how to get into it before Neva.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like,
can you like rephrase that?
It's like, bro, like a couple of episodes we just saw this uber powerful OP Namekian awaken this form. What are you talking about? Like you've been training to get this.
Like they could have like written it to where Goku said like, yeah, I knew there was a Super Saiyan 4, but I just couldn't figure out how how to get there until Neva forced it out of me.
Yeah, like basically have him sit there and explain like after the fight with Boo was a really strong opponent, so I've been training as hard as possible since the fight with Boo. and I could feel there was something beyond Super Saiyan 3, but I wasn't sure how to tap into it.
Yeah.
And then Neva is the thing that's able to push him over.
Yeah.
Like that would have been fine.
Better explanation.
Right. That would have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
But see, now we also have this problem where there's no explanation as to why he doesn't use Super Saiyan 4 when he first meets Beerus in Super.
Yeah, that's something that they're gonna have to explain, in a potential Daima sequel or season 2.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna mean either Daima is the new canon timeline and Super is not, which will really suck because then that means Broly is back to not being canon.
Well, we'll get into canon here in a second because I got a lot to say about that in regards to all this. But just assuming that Daima is taking place in the same timeline as Super, it doesn't make sense that if Goku is able to tap into this form on his own, and there's nothing indicating from the finale of Daima, nothing indicates that he does not have access to the form anymore.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes, he's able to tap into Super Saiyan 4 whenever he wants now.
Yeah. Because now in the anime of Super, like Goku never says that so far, like, this is my final form, when he's in Super Saiyan 3. But in the manga, he does. In the manga, he says that. So, so I guess in terms of anime, Daima can fit, but they still have to explain why he never used Super Saiyan 4. But it could be that maybe. I guess this is it's one of those things like like this is up to the reader's interpretation. Where my theory is that when he fought Beerus in Super Saiyan 3, like he realized that even with Super Saiyan 4, like it's totally pointless. Afterward.
Yeah, that's just. If it's one of those things, man, to where like he just forgot that he had it, or
just like Toriyama,
that is gonna be so lame, bro.
Yeah, but like I think the anime will have a much easier time explaining it. But in the manga, like it's got a lot of work to justify.
I've seen the manga panels. He said. Yeah, I think in the anime, like Goku, when he goes Super Saiyan 3, what he tells Beerus is, and this is the legend, Super Saiyan 3. He never says it's his strongest form in the anime. Yeah. But in the manga, he straight up says, this is the strongest form I have so far.
Oh, no. These are the exact words. Like, so far, this is my final form.
Yes. So it's it doesn't make sense with the manga. It absolutely not. So
but I guess it does depend if Daima is going to be strictly I guess it's going to depend if Daima is just going to stay anime exclusive, and they're not going to make a manga adaptation of it. So I guess like I don't know, because like we always want like the anime and the manga to kind of follow the same canon.
Right. Well, let's just jump into canon now. Because this has brought up an intro, and I've seen other people bring up this discussion, and it seems to me like it may very well end up being the case, and we probably need to wait till we get some information from Toyotaro, Toei, Shueisha Jump, everybody in Capsule Corp, everybody involved in Dragon Ball, before we can say this conclusively. But it seems to me like there may actually just straight up be multiple canons.
Yeah, and And for someone like me, like that really sucks because I don't want multiple canons that are true that are true at the same time. Because it kind of feels like Marvel and DC shit.
Well, to a certain extent, this has been the case, at least in one regard, and that is like the manga seems to have been its own continuity,
Yeah.
whereas the anime was its. Well, like even before the era of Super, like way before Battle of Gods,
Mm-hmm.
it seems to be that there was at least three continuities. There
Okay.
was the manga continuity,
The anime continuity.
the anime continuity, which I would say includes GT,
Right.
and then there was the movie continuity because a lot of the Dragon Ball Z movies can't fit in the timeline
Right.
of either the anime or the manga. So
Mm-hmm.
that seems to have been its own continuity.
Yeah.
So even before Super, there seemed to have been at least three continuities.
Yeah.
Now, the issue that we've run into now is that with Super, I always assumed that Super was basically canon to the manga.
Yeah.
That it was because it had Toriyama's involvement and Toriyama wrote the manga, that it was a continuation of that story.
Yeah.
And the original canon is the manga. It is those original manga volumes.
Even even though the anime technically came before the manga.
Well, yeah, but I see, and that's the other thing too is that there's differences between the super manga and the super anime.
Mm-hmm.
So, at least in my head, the way that I would rationalize it is that you have basically like both the anime and the manga continuity and the manga version of Super are canon to Toriyama's manga.
Mm-hmm.
Like both are canon to the manga, but they're branching forks essentially.
Right.
So you have Toriyama's original manga
Yeah.
that he finished off with the Boo Saga and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then from that, you get two branching continuities, which is the Super manga continuity and the Super anime continuity, but both are tied back to the original Toriyama mangas.
Right.
And then like the OG anime, Dragon Ball anime, Dragon Ball Z anime, and Dragon Ball GT, they're kind of their own continuity.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't take things that were filler in Dragon Ball Z and apply it to Super, but you can't take things that were filler in Dragon Ball Z and apply it to GT.
Right.
Essentially. Now, that being said, you could also, because Dragon Ball Z Kai was more accurate to the original manga,
Mm-hmm.
I would say that is more straight up an adaptation of the manga, and thus I would include it as part of the manga continuity.
Yeah.
Because it does cut out a lot of the anime exclusive stuff that was in the original Z anime.
Mm-hmm.
So the way that I had it envisioned before is that you have one continuity, which is Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball anime, Dragon Ball Z original anime, and Dragon Ball GT.
Mm-hmm.
That's one continuity. Then you have the movie continuity with like Cooler, Super Android 13, all that stuff. That's an entirely different continuity. And then you have what I would consider to be the true canon, which is the original manga volumes, and then the original manga volumes / Dragon Ball Z Kai, since that's a more accurate adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
And then from that branches off the Super manga
Mm-hmm.
and the Super anime. Or if you even want to look at it from another perspective, the Super manga is a continuation of Toriyama's manga volumes from the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah.
And the Dragon Ball Super, the anime, is a continuation of Dragon Ball Z Kai.
Right.
Now we have Daima thrown in here, and we have all of these plot threads that have just been completely left unresolved.
Yeah.
They don't make sense with the super continuity, either in the manga or the anime, more so the manga. And it kind of leaves me wondering, is Daima in its own continuity?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
is Daima another branching path from the Boo saga?
Well, because here's the thing: is that like if Daima is its own continuity, then it's not really part of the main timeline. And if that's the case, then again, Super Saiyan 4 is not it's still not canon.
But but the thing is, though, is that I'm thinking at this point, what we consider to be canon, which is like one linear, consistent timeline,
Mm-hmm.
Toriyama may not care about that.
Right. But
Like-
we do.
Like, from Toriyama's perspective, like, all of these things are simultaneously canon, but they just happen in like alternate dimensions.
Yeah.
But they're like, so like there's basically like there's basically like 4 or 5 Gokus out there, pretty much.
Yeah.
There's not a singular character that is Goku. There's 4 or 5 Gokus.
Just like in the DC universe where there's like millions and billions of Superman.
Pretty much. I mean, that's I'm kind of thinking maybe that's where this is going.
Yeah. But like for me personally, I'd rather have like just one. You have like one continuity that is like the definitive timeline that everybody must follow. And anything else outside of that, can be, like just for shits and giggles. Kind of like Dragon Ball Heroes. Where it's clearly not canon. It's just a fan service.
Right.
Fast. That you can still enjoy. And not be concerned. Whether it's canon or not.
Right. It's one of those things to where there's canon, and then there's things that they exist, but they're not meant to be taken seriously.
Mm-hmm. But with Daima, like especially the fandom, like they want this to be canon, because they want Super Saiyan 4 to be canon, but there's just all these problems, with Super, that is just going to make it difficult to justify Super Saiyan 4's existence,
right,
in the main timeline.
And the problem that we have here is that Toriyama was more involved with Daima than he was with Super.
Yeah.
Like people think like, well, there's 2 different camps. Some people think that Toriyama was heavily involved in Super. Some people think that, he wasn't really involved much at all, and it was all Toyotaro.
Yesterday we streamed on my own channel, and I showed I guess like an a writing or like an article, talk about how Toriyama, Toyotaro, and Shueisha, worked. And Toriyama he never he never goes to the Shueisha offices. They just communicate with him through texting, email, or letters.
Right.
And so like Toriyama would come up with the concept, but they would have Toyotaro write and draw the manga.
Right.
Like even in the manga credits, they say original concept by Akira Toriyama.
Right. The way that I understand it is Toriyama basically puts out he makes a manuscript.
Yep.
And in that manuscript are certain things that he wants to happen no matter what.
Yep.
He sends the manuscripts. He sends a copy to Shueisha and Toyotaro, and he sends a manuscript to Toei. And how they interpret those manuscripts is up to them. So that's why you see differences between the
anime
Dragon Ball Super manga and the Dragon Ball Super anime is because they're just going off of manuscripts. It's not like the entire story is written out by Toriyama. It's plot points that are written out by Toriyama. And then how they interpret those things is up to them. Now, if you see a plot element that is present in both the anime and the manga, that was probably something Toriyama mandated to happen. But everything else is up for interpretation. What's up, Ruby? Get your ass in here, boy. Let's talk some Daima.
Here, boy.
Let's talk some Daima, Ruby.
All right, so here's the thing in question. Where is it? Okay. So Torotaro is in charge of the manga, but Toriyama has to find a word on whatever goes in it. Now that he's passed, I think they took all this time. I think they took this long break, to figure out the hierarchy, and like who gets the final word on anything.
Right.
In fact, Torotaro and Toriyama don't always converse with each other directly. All instructions by Toriyama are sent via email, and it's up to Torotaro to decipher its message and come up with the flow of the story.
All right, pause right there a second. See, that's exactly what I was talking about. It's up to Toyotaro and also up to Toei because they decipher it differently to figure out what to interpret it essentially, and that's why you get two different interpretations of events between the manga and the anime. Wait, Ruby, you ain't a mod? I thought I made Ruby a mod already. Hold up. Yeah, I'll make you a mod, Ruby. Give me 1 second, but you can go ahead and continue.
Yep. Now he doesn't do this all alone. Victory Uchida, the editor of V-Jump magazine and the Dragon Ball Super manga, aids and supervises Torotaro. The hierarchy goes as follows. All ideas and suggestions by Torotaro are first reviewed by Uchida. When he gives the green signal, he and Torotaro write the basic plot idea and submit it to Toriyama as a proposal. They can only proceed with the story only if Toriyama approves it. When that happens, the original author expands on the idea and creates a full-fledged story. This was the case for the Granola arc. Then all three of them sit to discuss how the story can progress.
Yeah. Hold on real quick. Ruby, you are now a mod. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility. All right, continue.
Note that Toriyama doesn't visit the Shueisha office for those meetings. Everything happens via calls, letters, and emails. Toriyama.
Hold on a second. I just pictured. Just imagine they've got Toriyama on speakerphone. It's like, Toriyama Sensei, are you there? And he's like, yeah, what you want? Yeah, can we have a bit of drama in the next arc where Videl cheats on Gohan with Tien? Sure, whatever. I don't give a shit. As long as I get the money, do what you want, dog. It's fine. Good.
I don't care.
Go on.
Torotaro, given his position, doesn't have the authority to add a major plot points or make changes in the established lore. So like that just makes more questions into like who is basically the keeper of the lore. Now that Toriyama has passed.
Go ahead.
Only Toriyama can do such things. He and his apprentice can later discuss them and see whether it all fits well. Now, I don't know who this apprentice is. For a long time, like I thought it was Toyotaro.
It is Toyotaro.
Okay.
Yeah, Toyotaro, because Toriyama picked Toyotaro specifically to do the Dragon Ball Super manga.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is Toyotaro.
Okay. Now coming back to the Granola arc, as I mentioned in a news article, Toyotaro was the one who came up with the character Granola. This I did not know. He and Uchida wrote a basic outline of the plot and sent it to Toriyama. He took their idea and expanded on it, creating new characters like the Heaters, the Sugarians, and Manito, the Namekian.
Yeah.
Toyotaro mentions in the interview that his mentor shared loads of hidden Dragon Ball truths with him, and he reveals them chapter by chapter. And that's basically it.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I understood it as well.
Yeah.
That essentially Toriyama would give the thumbs up or the thumbs down on things pretty much.
Mm-hmm. So,
but as far as like the daily work and everything, like that was left up to Toyotaro.
Yeah. So I'm willing to bet Toyotaro is pretty much like the keeper of the lore. Now.
I would think so. Now, of course, legal minutia and business bullshit comes into play, but
yeah, Japanese law is, I'm sure, is different from like American law. So
yeah, but you would think that it would make sense for Toyotaro to, as far as the creative side of things. Now, on the business side of things, it would be Toriyama's estate. It would be
his family.
Yeah, and more specifically, probably his son. Which, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, I believe his son's name is Sasuke. And that's actually why Kishimoto named his character Sasuke.
Oh my god.
Was basically as a shout out to Toriyama, because Toriyama was the inspiration for Naruto.
Yeah, as a lot of Shonen Jump battle mangas.
Yeah. If you don't have Dragon Ball, you don't get One Piece, Bleach, or Naruto.
Yep.
I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, Ruby's saying it's true. Yeah. Ruby, get your fat ass in here, Ruby. God bless it.
all these like like the previous big three, Bleach, Naruto, and the One Piece, all those would never happen if it weren't for Dragon Ball.
Right. Yep. That man, you gotta respect will be given, because respect has been earned. Damn it.
Toriyama is basically the Japanese Stan Lee.
Because here's the thing, man. Like, people don't understand this because they don't look into the history of anime and manga the way they should.
Yeah.
But like shonen manga, the direction it was going in before Toriyama showed up was sci-fi.
Yeah.
Shonen manga was going in a more sci-fi direction back in the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
That's why you had stuff like Gundam. You had like things that people don't even know about, like Space Runaway Idion, which that fucking opening, bro. That Space Runaway Idion, it's like, okay, dude, chill out now.
Yeah,
that's some 80s ass shit right there. But shonen manga is going in the direction of sci-fi. Then Toriyama shows up with Dragon Ball, and it's so because again, people need to look into the history of this shit, bro. Like, Shonen Jump was not doing good financially for a little bit there, and then Dragon Ball pops in, and Dragon Ball takes off like crazy.
Yep.
And Toriyama's the big bad booty daddy of this bitch. Because the thing is, like, he was going to end this shit at the Cell Saga.
Yep.
And they literally came in there and begged him Like, bro,
no, we need more money.
Please don't. Like, this shit's making us too much money. Like, can we please continue? And then we got the Boo Saga, and he said, fine, I'll keep going for a little bit longer.
And then
but
I'm done.
I'm ending it with this shit. Like, after the Cell Saga, he was bound and determined to have a definitive end to this shit.
Yep.
The
Boo Saga happened, and that's when he said, I am done. No more of this. I'm going to retire. And then Dragon Ball Evolution happened.
Well, no, Toei jumped in and said, well, you can give up Dragon Ball, but we ain't. Step into the Grand Tour, bitch. And then you got Dragon Ball Evolution. And Toriyama saw Dragon Ball Evolution. He was like, oh, hell no, that's man.
Just when I thought I was out, they keep pulling me back in.
I'm too old for this shit. But no, seriously, like, again, look it up. People, Dragon Ball Battle of Gods, Resurrection F, and Dragon Ball Super exists because Toriyama saw Dragon Ball Evolution and he
horrified.
He literally said, I am not going to let this be the last word of my franchise.
Yes.
It was so bad that he was like, I've got to come back and do something else. I'm not going to let this be the last word. And that's how that's why he did Battle of Gods. And Battle of Gods is so damn popular that it kicked off the Dragon Ball Renaissance.
Yep.
That's what happened. Oh, man, Ruby motherfucking King. What's up?
You know why Angel Fighters is better than King of Justice? No, because there's a store in Angel Fighters. There's an art store in Angel Fighters called Little Bird Art Store, which is a reference to Akira Toriyama. I'm sorry, Andrew, but I'm just that guy. Woo! I'm dancing.
No. XP Comics is so much better. It's got a better logo.
Where's your Akira Toriyama reference?
Yo, man, this guy right here said,
that is true. You do got a nice logo.
Ruby jumped in here and he's like, "Listen, I'm gonna moonwalk on the graves of XP Comics." Okay. It's like, daggum.
That's right. I'm the Eric July of this crew.
Oh no.
No, like when you said like where's your Toriyama reference and I just walk in like the short guy from Game of Thrones. I am the Toriyama reference.
I think the Toriyama reference is the art style. You have a very DBZ-ish art style.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of DBZ-ish.
Yeah, Dragon Ball was very much like the very first art style that I ever studied. And then I eventually like added some things from other art styles like Hiro Mishima's Fairy Tail, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Young Justice.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see the Young Justice as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before I went homeless, I was like, I'm going to try to study an art style, and it wasn't Akira Toriyama. It was I forgot the mangaka's name. Other than Yusuke Murata, but I didn't get to him yet. The author of Record of Ragnarok, because I really like that art style.
Oh yeah.
I think if we're talking about
that Aphrodite, man,
if we're talking about just in terms of character design, not talking about backgrounds or anything, because the guy I'm about to say, like, he's terrible when it comes to background. Lots of white spaces in the background, all right. But if we're talking about in terms of just character design, Tite Kubo, man, the Bleach characters have got riz.
Oh yeah, definitely. He must have studied. No, he didn't study. I think he used to do designs for fashion models or some shit.
I think
he used to do that before.
Like wasn't he also didn't he also do like some character? Didn't he do also like character design for like video games or something?
I am not aware of that.
Don't know. Now Toriyama has, but. Well, I don't know if
Blue Dragon and Dragon Quest.
But Kubo, I don't know, man. Maybe. but I
because he definitely has an art style of like a video game character designer.
Oh yeah, I know too. Like he hates Oda.
Oh really?
Titan hates Oda.
Yeah,
He hates him.
Okay, all
Give
right.
us the details.
All right, story time on this. So back in
What about fucking Kishimoto? He doesn't hate Kishi.
No, he doesn't hate Kishimoto. I'll tell you why he hates Oda. So there was this competition.
Mm-hmm.
There's this competition in Japan, right?
Uh-huh.
Where like young aspiring manga artists, they can submit these one shots, right?
Yeah.
And like the top 3 get picked to be put into an issue of Shonen Jump. And then people that read that issue, they at the end of the book, they get a chance to rate the one shot. And if the one shot gets enough votes from the readers, it has a chance to become a serialized series in the book. So back in the mid 90s, Kishimoto submitted a one shot for a series called Zombie Powder, and Oda submitted
Zombie Powder. Huh?
Oda submitted a one shot called Romance Dawn, which of course would eventually become One Piece.
Oh no!
Now guess what happened?
He stole the Romance Dawn name.
Guess what happened? Oda, the Romance Dawn one shot beat Zombie Powder by 1 vote. It came in 4th place in the poll. It got, and only the top 3 had a shot to become a serialized series. So Oda, beat Kubo as far as getting a serialized series. Now, get this: the head of Shueisha at the time came in there and told Kubo, he said, "Listen, your shit is trash, bro. All right, if you want to get good, here's you take these 2 series home and you read them." And it was Baki the Grappler and it was Dragon Ball.
Of course.
Now, here's the shit about it though, is that because of that, Kubo's career got delayed by like 4 or 5 years. He had to go back and he reworked everything, and he eventually came up with the idea of Bleach.
Okay.
So Kubo to this day blames Oda for delaying his career.
And when Oda came up with the Romance Dawn arc, I guess it was sort of like a jab. No, Andrew, no. Kubo didn't come up with the name Romance Dawn. That I'm saying Romance Dawn was the name of the one shot that Oda submitted. The name of the one shot that Kubo submitted was Zombie Powder.
And and Romance Dawn beat it by 1 vote.
Yeah, Romance Dawn.
Okay, I got confused.
Yeah, Romance Dawn was it had a lot of like the original ideas that would eventually become One Piece.
Oh, okay.
That's why the first arc is called Romance Dawn.
Oh, okay.
But if Andrew's King of Justice ever beat Angel Fighters in any popularity vote, I will hate him until I die.
Dude,
that will be drama.
You got to remember something too, bro. In Japan, like you don't say negative things about your peers. Publicly. Like that's a cultural no in Japan. But Kubo straight up said, like this is like just like 5 or 6 years ago. He straight up said, "I hate Oda." He didn't give a fuck, man. He straight up said, "I hate Oda."
He's like, I hate him. I hate that Negro. I fucking hate Oda. I just want to eat him alive and kill his family. I kill One Piece. I hate him. Hate.
Man,
I'm gonna grape roofie.
It's like, listen, man. Fuck Oda. Fuck his Mr. knockoff. All right. Fuck his fucking whack ass green haired samurai. All right. Fuck Sanji. I hope he gets fucking lung cancer. Fuck these people. All right, man. Fuck Roger.
Like, just imagine if all this drama was on YouTube. You know, with
yeah,
like
bro. If it was
drama.
America,
Oh
if it
my
was
God.
America, they probably would have killed each other by now.
Yeah, it would be like Biggie versus Tupac all over again, but for the comic scene.
There would be a whole bunch of chaos and doxing.
There'll be a lot of sword fights and cities getting destroyed, and you disrespect my honor.
now, I don't know, man. Kubo might have something against Kishimoto. Because the thing is with Kishimoto, Kishimoto and Oda are friends.
Yeah. And Oda and
yeah, they are.
Oda and Akira Toriyama were even closer.
Yeah. So Kubo's always been kind of the black sheep as far as like the big manga artists go.
Yeah, that's too bad.
I mean, it really is,
the big
bro.
Three, yeah.
I mean, it really is because like I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like I think in terms of character designs, like I think his shit is better than One Piece and Naruto in terms of character designs.
Oh, I mean, by a mile.
I mean, good God,
mile.
Like his character
One Piece is okay.
Yeah. I mean, his character designs have so much fucking riz, dude. It's insane.
Oh my god, especially like later on into Bleach, you know where she gave Orihime a major glow up.
Shit, bro.
I actually really like that. I really like that old, like for Bleach and Naruto. I really love that, like those early chapter designs.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Like how angular, especially fucking Kishimoto, how angular Ichigo was.
Yeah. But the one major criticism I have of Bleach is like if they just changed his age to like 17, you know, I would have bought it. You know, but the fact that like the way he's designed and how tall he is.
Yeah.
I'm 15 years old. Bull fucking shit, you're not.
Dude, I know. Like Ichigo being 15, like I forget that a lot of the times, bro, because he looks like an adult.
Yeah, he looks like an adult. Orihime especially looks like an adult.
I mean, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, they look like teenagers.
They look their age.
Yeah, they look like teenagers. Even Luffy, Luffy's supposed to be an adult. Like I think Luffy's
what is he like, supposed to be like 19 or something?
I think he's 19 at the start of the series.
I think he's 19 at the start of the series.
I think he's 21 now.
Nami is was probably a bit older.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, like even Luffy and Nami, like they look more like teenagers. Well, they did before the time skip. Let me say that. They look more like they could be 15 than fucking Ichigo.
Yeah.
Like Ichigo, like to this day, I have to remind myself, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, Ichigo's fucking 15. Well, he's 15 for most of the series. After the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, there's like a 2-year time skip. So I think he's 17 at the end of the series.
Yeah.
But that's still fucking what? Well, at the end of the 1,000-Year Blood War, but at the end of the series, you know, the 10-year gap, then he's like 27 or something.
Yeah, and he's a dad.
Yeah. He's got himself a little creepy kid that keeps opening portals to hell for some reason.
And Orihime is still fine as fuck.
Is that manga still going on?
What? Well, there's did you not read the one-shot Hell chapter?
I think I did.
Yeah, Ruby, you got to check it out. There was a chapter that came out a couple of years ago that takes place after the 1,000-Year Blood War, and it's all about hell.
Yeah. Like literal hell.
So it's like setting up a continuation of the story. I would say probably after the 1,000-year. I would say probably after the 1,000-Year Blood War anime is done.
I have Bleach Hellverse on DVD.
Yeah, Bleach was like trying to start like its own it was trying to start its own Boruto series.
The Hellverse movie I don't think is going to be canon anymore. because even in this one chapter where they're introducing Kubo's version of hell, it already breaks some of the stuff from the movie.
Oh, like breaks like the rules of the lore.
Yeah, like I don't want to spoil anything if you guys haven't read it, but
Yeah.
I do not mind spoilers because I'm not really that big of a fan of Bleach.
I mean Ruby might though. But it's kind of crazy, and like if he does continue the story from that chapter,
don't.
huh?
I like Bleach, but in general, I do not care about spoilers.
All right, oh fuck it. So they're performing. So you know we're like in the 1,000-Year Blood War, like Unohana died.
That's it.
Yamamoto died, and then Ukitake died.
Yeah.
So it's revealed that Soul Reapers who have captain level spiritual energy of a captain level or above, they cannot actually enter the reincarnation cycle. So they have to perform a ritual to where their spiritual energy will be dispersed into the environment of Soul Society itself.
Oh, wow.
Now, the thing is, though, this ritual is a big-ass lie because it doesn't actually do that. What it actually does is send them to hell. So that means that Yamamoto, Ukitake, and Unohana are all in hell.
Oh.
So what we learn is when this happens, the gate to hell opens up, right? And you have Zael Aparo Grans, the scientist of Spada, the dude with the pink hair and everything that Mayuri fought. He comes out of the gate of hell, like he's in hell. He comes out of hell, and he's like revealing all this shit to everybody. Like he explains all this shit. Like you've been sending your allies to hell this entire time for generations. So that means that there could be captains from like the first Gote 13, the first 13 Court Guard squads, who are sitting in hell right now. So, and like he's explaining all this and everything, and then we see a giant version of Ukitake's Zanpakuto.
That's interesting.
We see a giant version of Ukitake's Zanpakuto come out of the gate of hell, and it stabs Zael and pulls him back in. So it is explained that all these souls that have been going to hell this entire time, it's like hell is starting to overflow with souls now. And the only thing that was holding back, like holding the gate closed, was the spiritual pressure of two individuals. Do you know who those two individuals were?
No.
Sosuke Aizen and Yuha Bak.
Okay.
So when Yuha was killed by Ichigo at the end of the 1,000-Year Blood War, and then Aizen is sealed inside of the Mukin prison, his spiritual pressure is sealed. All of a sudden, the two spiritual pressures that were keeping that the gate to hell closed, they're gone. So hell is starting to spill forth. Now, here's the other crazy thing about it. Ichigo's kid.
Wow.
Ichigo's kid.
All right. So they inadvertently.
Ichigo's kid is able to open portals to hell.
Okay.
Like, he hears voices from hell. And like he meets like this random soul of some guy that just died in the human world. And before any Soul Reapers can get to him and perform like the ritual to have him reincarnate in Soul Society and stuff, like Ichigo's kid leads this dude's soul into hell.
Oh God.
Yeah, bro. It's fucking nuts. It's fucking nuts. You need to, like, if he continues the story from that premise, I mean, because you got to think, who all could be in hell right now? I mean, we could have like Espada that have died. We could have, like Gin Ichimaru could be in hell. Kaname Tosen could be in hell. We don't know, man. We know that Unohana and Yamamoto and Ukitake are down there. So it's wild, bro. But yeah, if we get a continuation from that, that's gonna be some crazy ass shit, dude. And Ichigo's kid is creepy as fuck. I mean, opening gates to hell. And he does it with a smile, bro. He's got this creepy ass smile.
Yeah, I do remember him with a smile.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like it's some good shit though. So let me get caught up with the chat real quick. Do I think that Daima is more canon than Super now? I don't know what's canon anymore. I really don't. After this episode, and all the contradictions of Super, I don't know. Like I don't think we can say that Super is not canon. That would be crazy.
I will definitely say in terms, like in the manga universe, like there's a lot of problems, but when it comes to the anime version, like I don't think it's as problematic. It'll probably take like another season to try to justify why Super Saiyan 4 like never appears again.
You know what the other thing is though, bro? Supreme Kai and Kibito never refuse.
Wait, in the manga?
No, well, in both the manga,
they didn't.
In both the manga and the Super anime, at the beginning of Super, in both the manga and the anime, it's Kibito Kai.
Huh.
So,
yeah,
but yet Supreme Kai and Kibito are defused in Daima, and a lot of people were thinking, well, somehow they're going to fuse back together again in Kibito Kai because they have to be for Super.
Yeah.
So that's another retcon.
That's why I'm just saying I consider it all separate timelines.
Yeah,
I'm just considering all separate timelines until further notice.
Have you guys watched Fearin', Monster, or Black Lagoon? I've seen Black Lagoon. I've not seen Monster.
Free-Ren is now on Netflix.
I've seen a little.
Huh?
I've seen a little bit of Monster.
Yeah, I've seen some of Monster.
So I've seen a little bit of Monster.
Yeah.
So Goku went to hell, fought demons, turned into a monkey, only to still lose to base Kaba.
I don't remember that.
I don't think Goku fought Kaba.
I get what he's saying.
I mean, I
get what he's saying. He's power scaling him.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I know, but it's that whole thing like, oh, Kaba could beat up Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. It's like, well, you know,
yeah, like that just became a meme.
Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta better watch out. I'm about to beat that ass.
Beat that ass.
My favorite character designs is from Bleach and Kingdom mangas. I've not read Kingdom. But yeah, I think the character designs in Bleach are absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they use the Dragon Balls and see that's the thing. Like in Super, they used the Namekian Dragon Balls to undo the Kibito Kai fusion. But in Daima, they had Majin Buu do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What the fuck are they talking about?
There's too many fucking retcons here, man. Like we need a clarification.
Like I said, just look at it as separate timelines. Just look at it as separate timelines until further notice.
That may be the case, Ruby, but I need to hear from somebody official. Like I need Toyotaro.
You probably won't hear it, man.
Or somebody from Shueisha to come out and say, listen, here's the thing. There's multiple continuities, all right? Dragon Ball Daima is in its own separate thing, okay? Compared to Super. And if that's the case, fine.
Yeah.
Fuck it. All right? Fuck it. But somebody's got to tell me that. Mm-hmm. Like, I can't just make I'm not Toriyama. I'm not Toyotaro. I don't have any say in what happens with the series. I don't get to be the keeper of the lore, all right? So I need somebody who is a keeper of the lore to actually come out and say, this is how this is what's going on. And then I could be like, okay, fuck it. But until that happens, then we can't I can't say shit. Because all I can do right now is say that Toriyama was involved with Super, and Toriyama was really involved with Daima, even more so than Super. way more than Super, actually. So because Toriyama was involved, I have to assume both are somehow, some way in the same continuity, and both are canon. But that's all I can do until somebody says otherwise.
Yeah.
And maybe they are in different continuities. Maybe they are in different continuities, different realities, and we're going to get a crossover between Daima Goku and Super Goku. Now, what I will say is this: there has been a rumor for a minute that Daima is going to tie into some kind of future project. Yeah, like either a movie, something.
Older Daima or season 2.
Yeah. So either we get a Daima season 2, which ties up all these loose ends, which I'm cool with, or there's a movie coming out that's going to tie up all these loose ends, or there's a future arc in Super that's going to loop back around to Daima and tie up these loose ends, which, by the way, let's go ahead and get into that because there is some setup for future Demon Realm stuff here. Number one, there's 2 more evil eyes just sitting in that bug shop.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do with that, boys? What are we gonna do with that, huh? Where are we going with that? Because
I don't know, but I'll get to it. I don't know, but I will get into it later with you somewhere else. But I have to go real quick. Thank you for having me, Jesker. As always, see you guys at CG Church, and take it easy, guys.
Yep.
All right, my man. You take it easy.
I'll
see you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
But yeah.
Adios, amigos.
Adios.
Sayonara. Bye.
But yeah, man, it's you got the demon eyes are still there, and I don't know, maybe they end up destroying them or something.
That was a way to end it, sort of like a ba.
Yeah. So maybe I don't know if they're going to destroy those eyes or what they're going to do with them, but they exist.
Plus, the way Glorio, destroyed the first one, like step on it.
Yeah, he smashed that thing like a potato, man. You also the fact that Goma and Degasu are still around.
Well, yeah, and the Majin Buu creator, like basically, performed like the evil containment wave.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, but hey, at least they're in a comfortable prison, and they get to play video games.
But they're still around.
Yep.
See, that's the thing. They're not dead.
Nope.
They are still around. They are trapped inside of that bottle.
Yep.
And
something could happen.
Somebody could come along and it's Garlic Jr. all over again.
Yeah.
Except instead of getting trapped in the dead zone, they're trapped in a bottle.
Yep.
Somebody's gonna open it up, and all of a sudden he's gonna show up back at the Supreme Demon King's palace.
He's gonna be like, I want my revenge.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, Majin Ku, you took over as Guardian of the Earth. I mean Supreme Demon King. And now I want my revenge. It's like it's Garlic Jr. I mean, you could literally get a repeat of the Garlic Jr. saga.
Yep.
And what did Ku say? If we're ever in a tight spot again, come back and save us. Hey. So
and Shin is like, yeah, let's hope not.
Yeah, like, I think y'all got this, bro. I think y'all good. But
probably the best conversation between Goku and Vegeta was like when Vegeta said just Super Saiyan bargain sale.
Oh dude, I loved it when Goku said, yeah, but you got Super Saiyan 3, and he's like,
no, it's not Super Saiyan 3, it's Ultra Vegeta, yeah.
Yeah, Ultra Vegeta 1 is what he said. It's like,
and Goku's like, sure, buddy, yeah.
It's like, yeah. Let's imagine
Super Saiyan 4. It's Mega Vegeta.
Imagine Goku turns around and does some fourth wall breaking and says, yeah, let's see if they put Ultra Vegeta 1 on the merchandise, buddy. But it's so we've got Goma and Degasu are still around.
I will not be surprised if they actually do the Ultra Vegeta, again, sparking Zero.
That'd be some shit, dude.
Because I think in the games, like, they do use, like, Super Vegeta, as his Super Saiyan 2 transformation.
No, Super Vegeta is Super Saiyan Grade 2.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was the one he used against Semi-Perfect Cell.
Yeah.
But so we've got Goma and Degasu still around. We've got the 2/3 eyes. The two other evil eyes are still there.
Which I'm willing to bet Shin is gonna, is gonna take with him. Because like there's no way, they're gonna allow it to stay in the demon realm.
Oh God, I hope not. I mean, that's a bad move right there.
Also, why is it being sold in the first place?
Where did this lady find these things?
Yeah.
Like, where do these things come? Because that's another thing. Where the hell did they come from?
And she's like so casual about it, like as if they're like a common thing.
Yeah, I mean, like Shin should have been like, wait a minute, hold up, lady. Do you not know what these are? And then she's like, out in these parts, news doesn't really reach out here.
Yeah, with my pseudonism.
Like out here on the fields of Demon, Kansas, news from Washington, D.C., I mean from the first Demon world, that don't really reach us down here in these parts. You know what I'm saying?
It don't reach us poor folk.
Oh, here comes another twister, lordy lord.
Oh, lordy lordy.
It's a dust ball, honey. Oh, lordy lord. Help us, Toriyama Jesus.
And I loved the animation in that post-credit scene where like the animation is just up to 11.
Yeah, what was up with that?
I especially loved Bulma's reaction, to the metabugs. He's like, ugh.
Speaking of which, I think this. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, not explaining why he doesn't use Super Saiyan 4 later, it is a big issue. Like, it's a big issue. But I gotta say, Toriyama broke one of the major rules of storytelling here.
Yep.
Chekhov's gun.
Yep, he broke that rule for now.
We have the fusion bugs, and they're never used.
Nope.
They're never.
Hopefully, if there ever is going to be a season 2, maybe it will actually come up.
Maybe, but I mean, like, even if it was used for like a joke, like having Ku and Do fuse,
yeah,
or something, anything. Like, once you focus in on something like that, you have to use it. Yep. And he didn't use it. That's a cardinal rule of writing.
They did use the revive bugs. So they kind of obeyed the Chekhov's gun rule, but not completely.
See, now I want people to understand when I say this. I am not saying that Daima's as bad as The Last Jedi here, but I just want to use this as an example because I think it's the most egregious example. But when Rian Johnson brought up this whole idea of subverting expectations for the sake, here's the thing.
For the sake of it.
You don't subvert expectations just for the sake of subverting expectations. That's not a very good way to write, and you're going to piss a lot of people off.
Yep.
The way you subvert expectations is that you still give people basically what they were expecting, but the way it happens or why it happens or the effects of it happening are what is subverted. So, for example, we're expecting when these fusion bugs show up, we're expecting another Goku and Vegeta fusion. That's what everybody's thinking as soon as the idea of fusion comes up. Oh, it's going to be Goku and Vegeta. They're going to fuse. We're going to get a new Goku Vegeta fusion because that's what we're accustomed to. But if you end up having Ku and Do fuse instead, that's subverting expectations. You're not disregarding the rule of Chekhov's gun. You're not disregarding the plot element of the fusion bugs, but you're using them in a way that no one expected you to use them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you subvert expectations in the right way. Is it's like, oh, that's how they were used? I didn't see that coming. Not, oh, they weren't used at all. I didn't see that coming. What was the point?
Yeah.
You see how you get two different reactions there? One's satisfying, the other's not. You're still subverting expectations, but you're doing it for a reason. You're not doing it just to subvert expectations.
Yeah.
Like, again, using Star Wars as an example. Everybody going into The Last Jedi expected, Rey to be somebody special. Because that's what The Force Awakens set up. You go into The Last Jedi, and the way that Rian Johnson subverts your expectations by being like, oh, well, she's a nobody. You were expecting her to be somebody special, but she's a nobody. Well, now, all of a sudden, if she's a nobody, there's a shit ton of plot points in The Force Awakens that doesn't make any sense. How did she beat the son, the grandson of the Chosen One? How did that happen? How did she defeat somebody that was trained by both Luke and Snoke? How did that happen? Makes no fucking sense. Why did the Skywalker lightsaber call to her? Makes no sense. So now you've subverted expectations in a way that just doesn't make any fucking sense with what was previously established. No, the way that you subvert the expectations is that people are going in thinking, oh, she's a Skywalker. She's a Kenobi. Now, if they had actually planned it out from the beginning for her to be a Palpatine, that would have been subverting expectations in the right way, because everybody's expecting her to be part of the lineage of some good guy like Obi-Wan Kenobi's granddaughter or, Luke's daughter or something. Like, that's what everybody's expecting. But now you make your main character the granddaughter of the most evil man in galactic history. Now you're starting to subvert the expectations a little bit, but you're doing it in the right way. She's still special, just not in the way that we thought.
Yeah.
So that's the problem with the fusion bugs, is that they were never used. And yes, that subverts expectations, but not in a good way. There's nothing conclusive about it. There's nothing satisfactory about it. There's nothing surprising about it. It's just kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
So I did not like that at all. Now, given we may get a season 2.
Yep.
But if we're looking at Daima as just this story from episode 1 to episode 20, this isn't good. And I would say this too, like if we were going to get a season 2, if you're going to do a plot element like that, you introduce it at the end of the season.
Yeah.
You don't introduce it that early in the season and then not use it in that same season. I just was not very happy with that writing decision.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you feel about it, but yeah, like that was kind of one of the major things where I was like, that's pretty bad. Like that's not Last Jedi bad, but that's pretty bad to introduce this element and then never use it.
Yep.
Even if it was used as a joke, you still use it somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, so lost opportunity there. If we don't get a season 2, that could potentially, that could eventually happen. So hopefully, a new threat comes to the demon realm, and maybe this time Shin doesn't have to come along. Like they get Goku and Vegeta to come help, and when they can't defeat this enemy, they decide to go like maybe Goku like teaches Vegeta like how to go to Super Saiyan 4 as well, so so that we can finally get Super Saiyan 4 like new fusion. New fusion.
Yeah. Or you know what? You know what would have killed two birds with one stone? Honestly,
What?
what if they went back to Earth? Goku just happened to find the fusion bugs on his clothes somewhere. Okay, just happened to find them. All right, but like Shin and Kibito, they think like what they're eating is like the Medi bugs or something.
Yeah.
They don't realize it's actually the fusion bugs, and that causes them to refuse back into Kibito Kai.
Yeah, maybe.
Now that would explain why Kibito Kai is still there at the beginning of Super, and it would also, incorporate the bugs into the story. Even if it's a joke, it's still incorporated in the story.
Yeah.
That would have been fine, and it would have made sense with Toriyama's humor. But they didn't even do that.
Nope.
That's not good. That's absolutely not good writing whatsoever.
Yeah.
I just was not a fan.
Yeah, same here.
I mean, if you weren't going to use them, don't introduce the idea of the fusion bugs.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. Now, the other thing I had an issue with, and this wasn't a huge issue for me, but I feel like this should have been brought up at some point. What is?
Yeah. Okay. Wait, this is something I was going to show. Did you like at the end? Oh my god, I have it. Oh my god, I have it. Do like a speed up.
Okay, yeah. We'll get to that in a second because there's one more thing I want to talk about before we get to this.
Yep.
And that was the absence of Gohan.
Yeah, and I was really hoping that like like during the credits, where they're showing everyone coming back as adults, I was like, where's Gohan and Videl?
Yeah, I was not expecting Gohan to play a major role in any of the events of Daima, but the fact that we didn't get to see Kid Gohan at all, just for nostalgia's sake.
Yeah.
Just
or even as a comedy bit.
Yeah, just as a quick 30-second, maybe 1 minute scene or something in this.
I like imagine if he was like in one of his like a scholarly meetings and all of a sudden he turns into a kid.
Yeah, exactly. Like just it didn't like I'm not talking about like I'm saying like just 30 seconds to a minute at some point in the 20 episode run. Mm-hmm. Like just a quick glimpse for the sake of nostalgia.
Yeah.
Huge missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Just for nostalgia alone. It didn't have to be anything plot relevant. It could have been a gag. It could have been a comedic moment. Mm-hmm. Just have a quick a quick glimpse at Kid Gohan for nostalgia alone.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Now I'm not as disappointed by that, but I do feel it's a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
I understand the focus of the series was not Gohan.
Maybe they'll do it for the manga. If they ever decide to do a Daima manga.
Right. So I don't know, man. Like I love the first half. I think the fight is amazing. The second half, though, I like Ku becoming the Demon King. I like I think there's some funny moments and stuff with the characters and everything. The animation was good. Neva, I feel bad for Neva, man. Like he's still stuck by himself in the demon world. Like that's I kind of wish he would.
I hope everybody comes back.
Well, you know what? Another thing that goes along with the continuity issues is that like Dende talked about like asking the Namekians like if they want to come back and settle in the demon world.
Yeah,
and I'm like, well, we know that's not true in Super because Moro is a thing, and they go to Planet Namek in the Moro arc.
Well, the thing is that like probably some unknown Namekians in the background probably went there.
Maybe some of them decided to go back. Some of them stayed on planet Namek. That's possible.
Yeah.
But really, there's no reason for them not to go back to the demon realm, because the whole reason they left
home there.
the whole reason they left was because they were being oppressed by the demon kings. But now Ku is the demon king, and Ku ain't oppressing nobody.
Yeah. For now.
Don't turn my boy into a villain. Don't do that to me. Don't you do that to me.
Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely.
You shut your whore mouth, Andrew. So that's another thing. It's like, I don't know, just continuity issues, some missed opportunities, like
some questions left unanswered.
Yeah, that's why I'm conflicted, because there's a lot that I really like in this finale, and there's other things that I'm just scratching my head at, like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. We need more clarification on this. We need some answers from the higher ups. But at the end of the day, I mean, if Daima's kind of its own thing off by itself and it's not connected to Super, like, I can enjoy it more because of that. But if it is connected to Super, I'm left with a fun ride, but a head scratcher at the end, man.
Yeah.
Like that's really what it comes down to. But yeah, that's our thoughts on Daima episode 20, the finale and everything. Overall, fun series.
Yep.
But that ending requires a lot of explanation.
Yep. Probably best, like if you're someone who has not watched Daima, I would highly recommend you binge it.
Yes.
It's way better to watch it, when you binge it, and if you're more of a dub person, maybe wait 12 more weeks when the entire dub is out.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till the dub is finished, and then I'm gonna go and binge watch the dub.
Yeah.
All right. So what's this thing you
so
show us?
Yeah, so it's from Totally Not Mark. Like he does a lot of like Dragon Ball related topic, and he drew his own Dragon Ball manga. Not him personally, but he got a team to make like a Dragon Ball manga as a way to explain the whole like Trunks like using the Spirit Sword in Dragon Ball Super.
Okay, do you got this on? You got this sped up?
Yeah, I do have it sped up.
Okay, yeah, because we got to go to Ruby stream in a little bit. Yeah. But all right.
They say writing a great story is a lot like making a promise with your audience. That in exchange for their time and attention, you, the writer, will deliver an ending that will either resonate, captivate, or at the very least, be worth it.
That is cheeks. And I can do better.
That shit did not make any sense.
This impromptu Spirit Bomb is the most insanely stupid creative choice in the entire franchise. And it's not because of power scaling or even the fact that they discarded the Mafuba. It's the fact that in addition to never having trained to use the Spirit Bomb, he has never seen the move and moreover doesn't even know it exists. This would be like walking into a gym for the very first time and accidentally qualifying for shot put. I don't know how to play shot put, so how could I qualify for the Olympics in it? Anyway, this is the action climax of the entire arc in the anime, and frustratingly, this wasn't a choice made by Akira Toriyama. If you take a cursory glance at the manga itself for this sequence, it's actually a lot more compelling, and guess what? No Spirit Sword bullshit. And so, to commemorate the 1-year anniversary of Akira Toriyama's passing, I want to do the impossible and figure out a way to retroactively make this scene make sense. And to do so, I will be producing an entire chapter of manga to fix what has been the biggest plot hole in the entire franchise. Or at least I would, if not for one teeny tiny problem. I have no idea how to fix this. The aim of this video isn't to replace the Spirit Sword, it's to make it work. And to achieve that, I want to write and produce a chapter of manga that can slot in naturally within the Dragon Ball timeline without breaking anything else around it. An event, exchange, or, I don't know, fucking something to make this chicken shit taste like chicken salad. Which, might sound simple and straightforward, but it is not. Not only has Trunks never seen the Spirit Bomb, he never had an exchange with Goku about it, and it seems everyone in his timeline who could have the ability to teach him it is either dead or not around, which honestly is kind of a dick move on future King Kai's part. Because of those individuals who can actually teach Trunks the Spirit Bomb are an extremely rare supply around him, I concluded that any period Trunks spent in Dragon Ball Super and his own timeline in general needs to be taken out of the equation, which left just 2 periods of time for us to slot our chapter into. The first being extremely brief during Trunks' initial meeting with Goku after he kills Frieza and his daddy. He talks to Goku at length during the sequence, but the goal of the conversation was less so Trunks trying to learn something and more so Trunks trying to impart valuable intel to Goku instead. So that's also out. Which leaves us with just one stretch of story to find our perfect spot, and I think you all know what stretch of story I'm talking about. Okay, basically I gotta search through the entire second coming of Trunks during the Cell arc. From the moment Trunks discovers Android 19's head all the way to him being killed by Cell and his eventual departure back home. That's about 73 chapters, which would be a lot of reading if any of it was useful, which it kind of isn't. It is staggering how little time Trunks spends with Goku in this arc, let alone talking to him. When he arrives back on the scene in chapter 346 and discovers Android 19's head, Goku has just been taken out of commission by the Heart Virus, so that nukes like 20 chapters right off the bat. There are 1 or 2 verbal exchanges Goku and he share, but honestly, it's usually in an effort to explain something important like the Time Chamber. I can't exactly create a chapter here where Goku says, "Hey Trunks, did you know about the Time Chamber? Also, would you like to learn the Spirit Bomb?" It just sounds kind of, forced and bullshit. Which is what we're trying to avoid. After that, Trunks effectively disappears for another chunk of time to train in the chamber and then fight Cell, which nukes another chunk of chapters for me to consider. And then, well, that's actually kind of it. All that's left after that is a stretch of chapters from 400 onwards, and at that point, both Trunks and Goku are too busy with Cell or being dead to learn any— Whoa, okay, wait a second. Trunks is dead. That's perfect. I'm an idiot. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I have found the perfect way to retroactively make this Spirit Sword business make sense. Or at least some sense. So let's make this manga. I wanted this to be a little more ambitious than many of my other projects, and so
is he about to say that this dude got training with King Kai when he got taken out by Cell?
You'll see. All right, so and I think we can just skip to like the actual. We can skip to the actual comic itself.
All right, yeah.
And so, I present my fix for Dragon Ball's most annoying plot hole, the Spirit of Trunks.
All anyone can do is look on in utter shock and horror. Trunks has fallen, and it seems Goku sacrificed himself for nothing. We're all familiar with how that story ends. This, however, is the story of Trunks, and the future he still wishes to protect.
No, there's no way!
It can't be!
Is this a joke?
Man, this sucks. It's his first day off in 10 millennia. Not the sucker who gets stuck with the dirty work. Huh? Well, you're a good soul, at least. Lord Enma, what do you do if there's no info on a soul?
What are you talking about? That's impossible!
Oh, wait, sorry. I think I need to, change the... There we go.
Damn, you made me miss it. Look, just use this. The soul hasn't been processed yet, so this will restore their body long enough to get some answers.
Like this?
Where am I? When am I?
The answers to the questions you no doubt have should be found here. But first, what's your name?
Trunks.
And where were you born?
West City.
Bingo! Let's see here. Trunks, West City, Earth, 1 year old. Alive? Suddenly this is way more complicated.
You don't understand. I can't be here. Everyone is counting on me. I have a job to do.
A job, eh? Well, that checks out. I did think you were tall for a 1 year old. What's the last thing you remember?
Goku saved us. He gave up his life to stop. And then Cell came back. And now I'm here, dead.
Hey guys, look, it's Trunks.
Whoa, no way.
How'd you get here?
Cell killed him, dummy.
No, I mean, shouldn't he be in his own timeline's other world? You know, in the future.
The future?
Yes, keep up. Cell's back and he's about to kill Gohan.
Wait, what did Gohan say?
I don't know, it's super quiet. He must be talking to himself.
No, that must be Goku. I bet he teleported Cell to Kaio's place before he died. Poor Kaio, he could never catch a break after Goku ran there.
Wait, Goku's here?
Yeah, most likely. He didn't pass through his day, and the last time he died, he got to keep his body for Snake Way. First person to reach the end, since the great King Enma, in fact.
Psh, a bunch of Earthlings have reached the end now, but no matter how many do it, there can only be one first.
Didn't those Earthlings do it much faster than you two, sir?
That's it.
Yo, what's up, Baki?
You did it, Gohan!
Too close for my liking, but he is your son after all.
Kaio!
Hello, Enma? Why, yes, as a matter of fact, he is... Oh, I see.
Something up, Kaio?
King Enma says he needs you at the Earth's check-in station right now. It seems something terrible has happened.
What? No way. You don't think it's him, do you?
Son Goku, something tragic has taken place. You're the only one with the power to help us. Our TV broke! Can you tell us how the Cell games ended?
I thought Cell was here.
Spoilers!
It's okay, Bubbles. False alarm. For somebody who judges souls, you'd think he'd read the room better. But who am I to talk? I didn't exactly choose the most considerate pupil. My car! It's a miracle! Our home might be gone, but I still have my baby. Quickly, Bubbles! Wait, this can't be the end. Where's the rest of it? Would you watch where you're going? I've had enough of my things destroyed today, thank you! Wait, are you Kaio? What's left of me, at least. As of a few good minutes ago, I experienced a thorough exploding at the hands of Cell. By the look on your face, it seems you're here to get something off your chest. No, it seems like somebody else helped you with that already.
That's fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
Geez, tough crowd. Talk about a dead audience. Sorry, I was told Goku would be here. Where is he? Judging by the look of it, seeing to the trouble you started, how did you get here anyway? The trouble I started? No, there has to be some way I can help without making things worse. I have to do something. Help? With what? Goku came here to train for the fight against my father. Please tell me what you taught him. Well, certainly not any of my manners, that's for sure. I taught him this. How to harness the power that resides all around us. His allies, all living creatures, big and small. I've never felt anything like this. The energy, it feels different. This is the Genki Dama, and I'll tell you, your father did not like it. It's incredible. That's it. No, that's just your power. You're focusing too much on your own mind. You're relying too much on your own strength. You need to let go and look outside yourself. Look outside myself. Right around me. That's it. Just calm your mind and feel it. Trust that the power will be there. I had no idea attacks like that even existed. You'd be surprised what goes unnoticed. There's gotta be a way I can use... I think that kid might be even more hot-wired than his dad. At least nobody else can drop it on me, now that I've run out of stuff to break.
And thanks to Vegeta, Gohan was able to let loose everything he had. Cell's bacon was cooked.
That's incredible. I knew Gohan could do it.
I'm still mad you healed Cell. Huh? I got the TV working again. Looks like they're making a wish or something.
All right, yeah, thank you very much. Yep, I'm sure you were a good person. Yeah, we all make mistakes.
Oh, by the way, Enma, another one of those clouds I couldn't identify showed up. Should I bring this one's body back too?
Absolutely not. Give me that list.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, so that was it.
Well, yo, man. I mean, there are times, man, where I wish some of the people in charge of this franchise would care about the continuity and giving good explanations for stuff, not just pulling it out of your ass. Actually giving us a decent explanation for things like the fucking spirit sword.
Yeah.
Because that shit never made sense to me.
Yep.
He does not know the spirit bomb.
And he made one manga chapter that could easily explain how he learned it.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, they could have. All they had to do was, like, when he started to use the spirit sword, just have Goku or Vegeta or somebody be like, when did Trunks learn how to harness
the spirit
the spirit energy from people from the environment for the world around him, and then just have let's see, I don't know who would like initiate the flashback. I guess it'd have to be Trunks himself. Would start explaining, and then boom, we get that chapter, and we're good to go.
Yeah,
that's it. That's all you got to do.
Yep.
But
hopefully, if they make the Daima manga, they can easily explain, with like Super Saiyan 4, and and how all that works, and maybe they can show, Kid Gohan this time.
Yeah, maybe it's okay to have cool ideas. It's okay to have cool moments like Trunks with the Spirit Sword, Super Saiyan 4. All that's great. But once you come up with those ideas, sit down and take some time to explain those ideas. It's not that difficult, folks. And we don't ask for a lot. We're not asking for, some kind of Tolkien-esque explanation on everything. Just give us something where we can nod our heads and go, okay, that makes sense. That's it. That is it. That's it.
Yep, and as a creator myself, I kind of had to learn that like not everything has to be explained right away. Like, you can keep things a mystery for a while, and then maybe reveal it later.
Yeah. But anyways, that's going to do it for this one, folks. We're about to head over to CG Church. Give me 1 second, and I will put the link to CG Church in the chat.
Yep.
1 sec. Oh, wait. Hold up. Ripoff First has got a new video.
Huh. I also saw that that Eric July uploaded a video, I guess talking about more criticism of his Rippaverse. Where I guess he goes through like people saying like, oh, Rippaverse sucks, and he like and I assume he like just goes off on like well Rippaverse is not stupid, you're stupid.
Yeah, Ripoff First does have some new videos. All right, folks, we're headed over to CG Church. Here is the link to CG Church. Go check us out. We'll be over there in a little bit. Yeah, man, just to wrap up thoughts on Daima, it's a fun finale.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of head scratching.
Yep.
Hopefully we get answers soon. Hopefully we do. From Toei or Toyota or Shueisha. Somebody. Anyways,
San Diego Comic-Con is coming up in July, so and they usually come, to conventions, like San Diego or New York Comic-Con, and maybe they'll present some news on that.
Yeah, maybe we'll get maybe we'll get a Daima season 2 or a Daima movie or something. Yeah. Anyways, folks, that's going to wrap it up. See you guys over at CG Church. Stay tuned for more on the future of Dragon Ball. and we'll see you guys next time.